Alright, what's up everybody? Super excited to get back into Attack on Titan here. I've been waiting for this moment all week in all honesty. We are on Season 4, Episode 3. And yeah, the start of the season has been amazing so far. I totally did not see it coming that we would actually be approaching things from a completely different angle. And we'd be, following around the people in Marley actually for a change. And of course it's made me very much wonder when are they going to bring back the characters that we know and love, back into play. I've had a little theory there, of course, and I wanted to, I guess, kind of revisit that because I mentioned it last time around in the review, but I also know for one that people tend to watch the intros more often than the reviews. So I pointed out how last episode there was this very sort of weird scene playing out, right? Where, they bumped into like a couple of wounded Eldians there. And there was this one guy who I think, was it Falco? I forgot which character exactly was talking to him there for a brief moment, pointing out how the character had been wearing his armband on the wrong side. All these Eldians are supposed to wear these armbands in their camps or whatever they're at, right? So, like that scene didn't seem to have much of a purpose other than, the weird, awkward encounter that was there. So I immediately, it raised alarm bells in me. I'm like, what's going on here? And then I figured, okay, this guy with long hair, could that be Aaron? And it made so much sense to me because, I've been thinking about it in hindsight too, how again, that question, how are they going to bring back our characters into what's going on here or something, right? I mean, we're not going to suddenly, after a couple episodes, find ourselves going back then to kind of Paradise Island and seeing what they've been up to. It's also been weird because, of course, it's been actually 4 years since Season 3. And I highly doubt that in that 4-year time span, when we literally ended on all our characters from the Survey Corps reaching the sea and stuff, I mean, they've not been messing around there, I would presume, right? Like, they've been up to something. And so it seems like the perfect sort of, story direction or whatever, or I don't know how to point it out, but the perfect next step would be for actually them to start going for the sneaky approach or something and going undercover, so to say, right? And figuring out, okay, who are these people in Marley and what is this world that we don't know about at all, right? I mean, they can't just suddenly show up with the very limited number that they are and then, go after I guess the other Titan shifters and stuff. It's just, I don't know, I've been figuring out, again, in all honesty, since Season 3, okay, where would the story go now? And I feel like this is a very natural, direction for it to head into, although I do obviously wonder, how, when that secret does get revealed, if it does, right? Because again, this is just a theory of mine, but I'm feeling pretty confident about this one. I gotta be honest about that. It's I will say that's another thing I do have to point out. For weeks now, I've been going on Crunchyroll just to boot up my Attack on Titan episodes and stuff, and it's literally impossible to avoid a banner where it shows you Eren, and actually it has, long hair there. So, again, it's we saw him already growing out that hair and stuff by the end of Season 3, but I've been able to, I guess, figure already for a long time that, okay, he's gonna actually drastically change the way he looks in this, somewhere near this final season or whatever, right? So, again, it all makes so much sense with the guy we've been seeing who had long hair and was kind of blindfolded. We couldn't see his face, and he was wearing the armband on the wrong side, and something seemed off about that scene. And I'm like, there's a point to that. But that being said, this season, I gotta say, people had kind of told me that things wouldn't be as hectic or as confusing, I guess, for a while. But I will say the amount of information once again being thrown at us here in these first couple episodes, it's a lot. Because I thought that I'd been able to kind of follow everything that had been going on relatively well. But then I still find myself having patrons point out a bunch of things that I missed. And I'm like, damn, how did I miss this? But it's just again, it moves so fast. And some of these, I guess, honestly, revelations that you get, they're brought in a way where it's not outright said to you. But all you have to do is just, pay a relative decent bit of attention, and then you'll be able to get it. But again, it's it's so much all at once, and I guess that's also just another factor of having the camera pointed at you while you're reacting and always being aware of that. It's it's hard. It's super hard to react to a show like this, and that's why I always find myself rewatching episodes another time. just making sure I get everything and having the patrons come up with some input. But yeah, for example, one thing that I did not notice is there is this new character, Peak, she is called. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but she literally made it clear there in the episode that that's actually the duck-faced Titan. The one that I found annoying since the moment that we have seen her. Because, yeah, I rewatched the scene after people pointed it out, and it's like, she was literally pointing out how she had not been, what did she say? Like, she hadn't been a human for since 2 months or something like that, and she had to get used to, like, walking up straight again, because as the duck Titan, she'd be walking on 4 feet or whatever, I guess. But you know, that was interesting. Then, of course, well, some of the stuff that I was able to figure out, there's this new character, Galliot, right? And we figured out that he actually has Emir's Titan powers. Still makes me wonder, like, okay, so is Ymir actually then, I mean, again, he had to eat her for that, so is Ymir actually gone and will we never see her back in the show? That's actually, that would be pretty crazy in all honesty, because I did expect her to come back at some point. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. The only reason I can then see her coming back is if they introduce some type of still new direction for the story that could get her revived in some way, but I highly doubt that's going to happen. Anyway, this Galliot guy is actually the brother of Marcel. And Marcel was the friend of Reiner and Annie and Berthold, who actually, you know, traveled with them in that moment. So it was Ymir who had actually, you know, obviously eaten this this Marcel guy, right? And so now they actually, I thought that was kind of just like, made so much sense that they actually then passed back Ymir's powers, which he had stolen from Marcel, to Marcel's brother, who is Galliot, right? Yeah, I mean, that's because that's the thing. Like, I knew that we had one more Titan left to go in terms of being to be revealed to us, right? And so I initially thought that it was this Galliot person, but then realizing that no, he was just using Ymir's Titan ability, that still meant we had one left, right? And that was actually revealed to us in the last episode. That's the Warhammer Titan, apparently. So the Warhammer Titan is one that I don't know anything about yet. It was mentioned how like they have some type of thing going on with it was called the Tiber family, I think it is. And so there was one person in that Tiber family who apparently possesses the Warhammer Titan. And so this is the one that I'm very much looking forward to finding out. Apparently that's going to be like a big deal. I mean, I assume so. It's not literally the last Titan that we are about to have revealed to us. And I think it was mentioned how the Tiber family sort of initially helped with driving away the Rice or Fritz or whatever the royal bloodline, or you know, the people that fled to Paradise Island, like they were highly responsible for that. Because again, that we know that, like, you know, some of the Eldians from within were able to or they joined basically the Marlians in their cause and drove out the remaining Eldians or something like that, right? So again, this story is crazy. Yeah, maybe one more thing that I can touch on here is that, because that's the thing, like, I was a little bit sort of confused by that as well, and I guess I took things a little bit too much on the surface there, or on a surface level, where Reiner was talking to his family and being very outspokenly against the people on Paradise Island, right? But he was bringing up this weird story with Sasha and the potato, and it just didn't seem genuine. And then it was Gabby as well who pointed out to him that she didn't believe him, I think, or something like that. That he did seem to not find them too bad. And like, yeah, again, I mean, in that moment I said like, oh, he hates them. But it is very clear that like he didn't actually hate them, right? He still sees them as humans. And while he has his own cause and his own motivation here for wanting to, you know, get rid of them or whatever, like, or at least getting the Titan shifters, I assume, on that side. I mean, that would be able to get rid of the rest and stuff. He's just doing that literally to secure freedom for his own people and stuff, right? Because these own people are being oppressed by the Marlians and stuff. And so it's this whole messed up situation, again, with so many sides, and all of them have their motivations, and they all make sense, right? And you can say something for all of them. So there's not just like a right and wrong side or something like that. That doesn't exist. We've long known this about this show. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I will say I was a little bit still unsure. I mean, I knew that about Reiner because, of course, we'd been also exploring his mental state issues and all that stuff, right? He always seemed to have such a big problem with his own behavior. We saw that way back in season 2 already in that scene in the forest or something, right? Where like his psyche was messing with him. I will say that I did not get that same impression as much from Berthold, because I've just heard Berthold say a couple of things. Yeah, like where I didn't know what to make of it as much. He did definitely call them like evil spawn or whatever he said at some point, and I don't know, he's always seemed a bit more aggressive in his attitude and stuff. But people on Patreon did tell me that like also Berthold kind of feels the same way, I guess. And I don't know, I will say I've not really been able to make that up out of what I've seen. But again, maybe I just need to revisit certain scenes to realize that. I do know he had that confrontation with Armin where he told them when they were standing like on top of a rooftop. Was that in like the right before the Hero episode or something it was, or Perfect Game, I don't know. But yeah, he did say that he didn't necessarily find them bad or something, but they had to die anyway, right? So I guess that again, like that's supposed to indicate that. But yeah, I don't know. I guess so. It's it's just like that's the one thing I know with this show. Like, man, I already can't wait to see like if I'm gonna rewatch this from the start, what I'm gonna notice, you know? Because it's like I really wonder what the conversations for these characters are gonna what new meanings you'll be able to get out of it, right? I mean, just seeing what Annie will be saying in season 1, or Berthold and Reiner and stuff. I don't know. I mean, I will say also, I've been kind of thinking about like maybe eventually, not immediately after, because that would be like too much, but maybe eventually I really should just do like literally a second viewing and do reactions for that as well or something. I don't know if that's something that people would be able to get behind or would enjoy. But yeah, that's definitely like a possibility for the future. Again, that's also the thing. I know that still there's these theories going on right now, apparently, that like, okay, this season will actually, or, it will not wrap up the whole storyline. So there's still gonna be something after it, whether it's a movie or a show or whatever. That's what people had been saying until now. So again, I'm totally out of the loop, but if that's the case and we will still need to wait like a year, then maybe that would be great like to do right in advance for that, right? Like say we actually had to wait a year for this movie or something. I don't know if it's going to be that long, but if that's the case, then maybe it's cool to kind of revisit the show by the time that would be released or something like that. But again, that's all, right now that's just me looking into the future and not having a clue if that's actually going to be possible or not. But yeah, I think I've said enough. I can't believe I've been talking for about 13 minutes here already when I literally just wrote down only about like 3 points that I wanted to get into. The Eren theory, what we know about the Titans that I didn't really address, and Reiner and Berthold's attitude and thoughts towards the people on Paradise Island. But yeah, other than that, it's been like I said, fantastic start of the season, and I'm very much looking forward to getting into this new episode, which I see is called The Door of Hope. So that's what we're going to be doing. Of course, do let me quickly point out that the next 8 episodes will be up over on Patreon already. Should you, if you enjoy my reactions, you can support me there and actually catch up all the way till there. Full-length reactions are up there as well. OVAs, I've been reacting to like a total of 6 OVAs, and I might still actually have to, because there's 2 that I did not check out yet. So, I'll probably actually check those out as well over the coming months. So those will be uploaded then as well. But that being said, very much looking forward to it. So let's dive into Season 4, Episode 3 right now. Getting straight into it. Is this like a young version of Reiner, or? This is just Falco, or? Oh, was it Reiner? Oh, wow. We're getting some Reiner youth backstory, man. Damn. Is that Annie there on the right? Yeah. And Berthold. Oh, it's all of them, man. Galliot and Marcel and Peak.
島の悪魔どもは僕が必ず皆殺しにしてみせますってな。
俺たちの任務をバカにするのか、それとも俺が隊長に報告してやる。
てめえ叫んなこの野郎。よせポルコ、ポルコ。行こうピークちゃん。ライナーすまない。
That's Marcel, right? It was kind of mentioned in the last episode, I think, how he's a little bit more... Marcel is a little bit more of a forgiving kind of character.
13年しかないんだよ。
13年で英雄になるんだろう。
13 years.
パラディ島の悪魔を成敗すれば世界を救えるんだ。
Oh wow. What the hell? Okay. So random. Yeah, crazy. I mean, I guess that was just kind of to show us the perspective of like how these characters were thinking, yeah, in their own world that they grew up in, really. Oh, that's Annie. Oh wow, that's like a previous fight that they had, I guess. This is like their original selection procedure or something. Yeah, not for long though. His blood, yeah, because he has royal blood from the mom. That's another thing that I kind of skipped over. Still looks as terrible as ever. Still wonder why they would pick Bertolt for that, but... Oh. Yeah, because he initially didn't get anything. I guess he felt a little bit jealous. Oh wow. He does not want to be associated with them. Yeah, I can understand why all of this must have been like messing with him so much. So when was this? Yeah, was this literally the day before the first episode? I mean, yeah, that's what Aaron's age was at that point as well, so... Oh, he was responsible. Huh. And this is Mia. Yeah, I figured, like, Marcel has to die now, right? He never made it. Oh, he thought the others had died as well.
初めてだよ。もういい、帰ろう。アギトを探して帰る。どこかで人の姿に戻ってるはずだ。どの道マルセルの指揮なしじゃ任務を果たせっこない。
ダメだ。
Wait, did they
このまま任務を続行する。
so that's why Annie wasn't there?
確かにあんたはこのまま帰れば鎧を剥奪されて次の戦士に食われる。
自分たちだけは粛清されないと確信を持って言えるか。アギトの回収も得策じゃない。そいつがアギトの巨人を使って逃げたら俺らの巨人じゃ捕まえられっこない。
なんでその冷静さの100分の1でも発揮してくれればアギトもマルセルも失わずに済んだのに。自分の身を守るためなら私たちを脅すってわけ。あれもエルディアも全員嘘つきで自分のことしか考えてないくせに。私もそうだ。生きて帰んなきゃいけないんだよ。
Oh man.
と思ってんなら死ねよ。罪をかぶって。
Jesus Christ, Annie. Holy shit. That looked creepy as hell for a second there.
もうやめてくれ。
みんなで故郷に。
I've heard that before. But where was she then, though? I mean, maybe she was just there witnessing in regular form, or... Oh, that's Dinah.
母の願いを叶え、父と3人で幸せに暮らせると思ったから。でもそんなことを望む父はどこにもいなかった。嫌だ、まだ終わりたくない。まだ何も分かってないんだ。
And that's the moment he crushed the gate.
ここは
ウォールローゼの中だ。
Oh, they brought her there?
兄、ベルトルト、ごめんな。
貴様は何しにここに来た。
Oh, wow. So they were even resting in that same place there that Aaron and Mikasa and Armin were at. I think I remember seeing that in like the second episode or something.
やけに家畜が騒がしくて耳慣れない地響きが次第に大きくなって、それが足音だと気づいて急いで窓を開けたら、
Is he describing the attack?
その後は覚えてないが馬に乗って逃げたんだ。ちょうどお前らぐらいの子供を3人残してな。
They're just hearing somebody describe literally what they did themselves.
よう、ジョーちゃん。
Oh.
じじいをつけました。なかなか男を見る目があるようだ。
Typical Kenny.
ここで生まれた。そこで働く母から父親の話を聞かされて育ったから。
パパにハグしてほしければまず両手をあげろ。
Wait, what?
絶対にないと言い切れるの。
妹に誓ってねえな。そいつは俺が一番笑えない冗談だ。
ひどいよ。パパ！
今日もすごいね。
Yo, this is so much to take in, guys. What the hell, man?
いや、この上半身は晴天だ。
What was that about?
ってことにしとけ。お前ら天候に遅れるぞ。起きろ、ベルトルト。
あんたたちが友達と遊び疲れてぐっすり眠る頃、私は王都のドブの中を這い回った。あいつがいたんじゃ、集めた情報を持ってマーレに帰ろう。どんな情報でも。
この5年の成果を持ち帰ればマーレは失望するだろ
じゃあ何？どうしろっての？
う。ウォールローゼを破壊する。
あんたらの友達は大勢死ぬね。
何度も言ってるだろう。奴らは友達じゃない。悪魔だ。
これ以上顔を近づけないでくれ。
疲れたろう。いつもお前ばかりに負担をかけてすまないと思ってる。
ずっと同じ夢を見るんだ。開拓地で首を吊ったおじさんの夢だ。僕たちに。
Oh, that's okay. Literally that guy. Yeah, again, I mean, I knew hearing story from somebody like that would mess with them and stuff.
少し休め。
ライダー、どうやったらさ、お前やミカサみたいになるにはどうやったら。
He looked up to him so much.
俺は何も果たせず終わっちまう。
ただやるべきことをやる。ただ進み続ける。
keep moving forward.
巨人を一匹残らず駆逐するんだろ
Yeah, Rhino wouldn't mind that.
このままじゃダメだ。
俺にはまだあいつらが
病院。おい。
Oh, here we go.
経過は順調みたいですね。会話できるくらい回復して。まあな。ここに心的外傷の治療に来てるんだ。
That's his voice, isn't it?
今は家族に顔を合わせず。
It's his voice, dude. It sounds a little bit softer, but it's his voice.
そんなことはしませんよ。
怪我してるな。戦士になるための訓練か。
同じ候補生に優秀なやつがいて、俺の出番はなさそうです。
Yeah, Gabby.
それはよかった。長生きしてくれるなら嬉しいよ。
Oh my god, Aaron is going through the same thing that Rhino is, dude.
どうして？
Like, Rhino went undercover to realize the people are fine. Now Aaron's going undercover to realize the people here are fine.
この前の戦争も活躍したくらいで。
俺はここに来て毎日思う。なんでこんなことになったんだろう。
You can say that.
心も体も蝕まれ、徹底的に自由を奪われ、でもみんな何かに背中を押されて地獄に足を突っ込むんだ。自分で自分の背中を押したやつの見る地獄は別だ。それは希望かもしれないし、さらなる地獄かもしれない。それは進み続けた者にしかわからない。
Only those who keep moving forward. Who would do that? It's so obvious, guys. Alright, let's go to the review. It's so nice to get to this point where things are just finally coming full circle, right? The gaps in the timeline that had been there for, you know, so many seasons and episodes, they're finally being filled up. And like, we're seeing what actually happened, how things led up to other events. And yeah, so, you know, all in all, I just... Once again, I really love this episode. Yeah, we're diving more into, you know, the particularly the struggle that Reiner has always had, right? So we've now actually learned that, like, okay, his father was a regular Marleyan, his mother was an Eldian. He just wanted to be serving the Marleyans so bad because he wanted to initially kind of reconnect with his father, I guess, right? He wanted to just become a normal Marleyan, as he, I guess, kind of put it. That's what made him so driven. Now, in that first scene, they... it's interesting because, you know, we're literally seeing all the characters now, yeah, that we've been following. We're seeing them stand there in terms of the on the Marleyan side, right? Or Eldian Marleyan side, you get what I mean. It's like we're seeing Reiner there, Berthold, Annie, the two Galliot brothers, right? So you have Marcel and then the other one is called Porco. I've been calling him Galliot all this time, but that's actually his last name, I figured. Yeah, and then there's who else? I'm skipping over one, but I can't think of it right now in a moment. Peak, who is the Duck Titan. And then there's Zeke, obviously, as well, right? And Zeke became the Beast Titan. But they had like 7 kids or something there. Or I don't know how old Zeke was actually at that point, because Zeke seems older, of course. But they were with 7 of them, and like only 6 were gonna get these abilities. And then Reiner apparently was actually hands down sort of the least skilled person there or something, but he was just very loyal. And so I guess that he initially figured that it was his loyalty that actually gave him that, or let them still choose him, but then later came to the disappointing realization that it was actually Marcel who had talked down on his own brother because he didn't want him to get any abilities and stuff. He just wanted to protect him. So again, Reiner is just constantly being hit with these disappointments in his life. You know what I mean? And it's like, man, again, you really feel for him in these moments and stuff. So, yeah, that's again, like he's had so many struggles to face. Now obviously we're seeing certain scenes once again here where he's traveling together with Annie and Berthold actually towards Paradise Island right before the attack happened in the very first episode. This is again, where we've known this, like they ran into Amir literally there, who actually killed Marcel. Annie had this, really interesting monologue where, like, she's not really taking any sides. She never really was. She just did what she had to do, I guess, or something. But again, like, she hates all of it. In all honesty, like, she's just, it's interesting still how you're even seeing people within the Marleyan/Eldian faction here that I'm talking about. Very much differ in their motivations and stuff that they have. Right? Again, it's like, you can't really take sides because even one side still consists out of many people wanting a different thing, as we've also obviously seen in the Survey Corps, where Eren felt very differently about certain things than other people in the Survey Corps did. And then there's actually one scene that I still didn't quite understand that. Annie was going after Kenny. We literally saw Kenny come back. I had never expected we'd be seeing a scene with Kenny here, but she was saying that, like, Kenny could be his her father. Yeah, that scene happened very quickly. I rewatched it, but it didn't get me much more information. So I assume that's something that we still might dive into. I have no idea, again, what it was about or whether it's true or not. And then obviously, I mean, we're working up, or we worked up in this episode towards the regular timeline then, the first episode or two, where, eventually, after the attack, Reiner, Berthold, and Annie just... sneaked in along with all the other people on Paradise Island. We're literally seeing them there in that sort of, I'm not sure what to call it, but the place where Eren and Mikasa and Armin went after the attack to kind of take shelter and stuff. And, they're just sneaking in. And I think the obvious resemblance there is that they're just directly comparing it to what the last couple of minutes were very clearly indicating, is that this person, I did call it, I guess, but it's totally Eren, right? And so awesome. I can't wait to see where it goes. And it's funny to see those direct comparisons and to see Eren come to the same conclusions that Reiner then did as well. Like, okay, these people aren't all that bad, right? And it's like, man, this whole situation is just unfortunate all around, right? And then he said something here at the end of, like, well, you just got to move forward. He gave Falco that advice there. And even, I think there was a little scene where, like, Reiner apparently really had, like, given up at this point, and he was about to kill himself, but then turned around for some reason, because he mentioned, like, oh, there's still something about the kids. So I'm not really sure what that was about. What his intentions are now, like, how does he want to move forward then? What is he still fighting for, I guess? Or, like, what's still driving him at this point? Because again, like, those motivations that he initially had of wanting, to join his dad, I guess, and be a normal Marleyan, like that already, it was made very clear that wasn't going to be possible anymore. It makes me wonder, like, what is he still trying to achieve? I guess just to free his people is the more obvious motivation then. But at what cost, right? Again, like, yes, you're gonna be freeing your own people, but you won't free the people in Paradise Island. You'll still be responsible for killing those, and you realize that those are also just regular people, basically in a way also trapped, right? They're trapped in these walls, and they're trapped in their own lie, I guess, or something like that. So in that way, I guess you could say there's not even that much of a difference between the Eldians locked up in Marley versus the Eldians locked up on Paradise Island or something like that, right? Although it does seem like the people on Marley have it, you could say even worse. I mean, I don't know. The others are dealing with the Titan plague and stuff too. So it's, I don't know. It's, I don't really, I can't really say that I myself am taking any sides or something like that. That's the thing, as I've already described. It's like, I really wonder how it's all going to come together and what the ultimate outcome could then be, right? Like, what's the best possible outcome or something for the story? How could it end? If anything, I want to learn more still about the the regular Marlians or something like that. Or I hope that we will be able to find maybe a common. We're not going to, but it would be nice if we would be able to find sort of a common enemy, so that you can at least still envision a nice ending. Like, okay, let's beat these guys and then we're good, you know. But it's like, yeah, that's not gonna happen with this show. So I don't even know what I'm saying anymore, guys. This is the conflicting thing about the show. It constantly has you, question these things, right? And realizing that like there is no one definitive satisfying answer to anything. And so that's really all that I can say for now. So I hope you enjoyed my reaction to this episode. Of course, let me know your thoughts in the comments. The next 8 episodes are going to be up over on Patreon, so we will be on season 4 episode 11 over there already. Go check that out if you enjoy my reactions. Of course, it's linked on top of the description. OVAs will be up there as well as full-length reactions. So yeah, for now, I want to thank you all for tuning in, and I look forward to seeing you back for episode 4.